What was once called a conspiracy theory but is now known as true today?
Atari dumped a bunch of unsold games into a landfill in New Mexico. Even former employees of Atari constantly denied it, but it was actually revealed to be true around 2014. The fact that Japanese citizens had disappeared because North Korea had kidnapped them. One of the victims was 13 when she was kidnapped. Her dad devoted the rest of his life to reunite with his daughter, but he passed away a few years ago without ever getting the chance to see her again. His passing was pretty big news at the time. The kidnappings are still an ongoing issue since some of the victims are believed to be alive in North Korea.
Hillsborough disaster in England 1989. Bad crowd management at a football match by the police. Overcrowding lead to a crush with 97 dead and 766 injured. The police covered up their responsibility and blamed the fans until a second report in 2016 held the police responsible.
CIA putting LSD in the water supply, except it was only a handful of extremely small 800 pop towns in the American Southwest, and the outcome was not, we have a mind control serum, but instead, that deeply troubled a lot of rural elderly people who had no idea what was happening to them.
Gulf War Syndrome, which I believe is now attributed to the burn pits near where troops were stationed.
Harvey Weinstein sexually assaults many upcoming Hollywood stars was such an open secret it was. Constantly referenced in media way before the hashtag #MeToo movement.
That during the 60s and 70s, between 25% to 50% of the Native American women population in the U.S. were forcibly and unknowingly sterilized when using the free government-provided health care known as Indian Health Services.
The UK not cleaning up properly after their nuclear tests in Australia.
Epstein's kid-fucking island.
Tuskegee syphilis study from 1930 to 1972. The U.S. Public Health Service conducted a study on the natural progression of untreated syphilis in rural African American men in Alabama under the guise of free health care without their informed consent. The men were not told they had syphilis, nor were they treated for it even after penicillin became the standard treatment in 1947.
Removed. MKUltra, basically they were doing a bunch of experiments using various devices, drugs and psychological tactics to try to determine if mind control is real in any way. I believe the results were mixed, to say the least. Like, one story I know of is one test subject of MKUltra nearly got his beliefs torn down by an interrogator and went on to become the Unabomber.
Car companies buying and dismantling tram companies.
That the government is listening. Spying on us.
Sexual abuse of children was being covered up by the Catholic Church. Or if you want something lighter, gorillas used to be cryptids and were not a properly recognized species until 1902.
Deleted.